If you have a young athlete in your house, you'll be interested in this. Some big new changes in rules for kids who transfer schools and for the way new coaches are trained and prepared to work with high school athletes. Rhonda Blandford Green, Commissioner for CHSAA, here with us now in Colorado. This is a big deal and something you and your department's been working on for some time.
Yes, we have really tried to look at competitive equity, displacement of students when transfers do happen, and we put together a 21-person handbook committee that really did a lot of research, looked at other states, what they were doing, and came up with what we felt was a bylaw change that would support schools of choice. 100% schools of choice. We are all embracing of that. But then to make sure that once transfers happen after you've made those choices, that they're fair and equitable and they're based on education.
Let's talk about how many people this affects, because I know the rule was passed just yesterday.
Right.
But 1,800 kids that transfer in the state of Colorado, approximately at least, that come across your desk every year?
Right. Well, all of those transfers aren't based, I mean, we look at about 1,800 transfers a year, but any of those could be bona fide family moves. We have an increasing amount of homeless students that are displaced that have to be placed somewhere else. It's just transfers in general, 1,800 transfers in general.
And the new rule specifically says you have to wait 1 year, 365 days if you transfer, unless there are some other circumstances.
Right. And basically our current rule, you have to sit out 120 days, right? So what this basically did, it's not that much of a change. It's more of an extension of the consequence of making athletically motivated transfers. So we say 365 days, but our current rule says if you transfer without any kind of hardship or a bona fide family move, you already have to sit out 50% of your season.
One more other big change is training coaches. I didn't know until I talked to you yesterday. We have 5,000 coaches in the state of Colorado working with our kids.
Oh, it's amazing.
Why is this important?
This is so important because, as you know, in the media, we've had some instances, right, this year where we're questioning maybe the decisions of some of our coaches, and as this profession changes over, we're getting more and more coaches into this profession that maybe weren't athletes prior to, or maybe don't even have the background. So we're educationally based, and this new rule allows us to touch every single first-year coach, whether you're a volunteer, whether you're a club coach, whether you're a certified teacher, to understand the purpose of activities and educationally based activities. So we get the opportunity to draft our message and say, this is your purpose when you work with Colorado kids. More so than winning in state championships, we're trying to build character and integrity for the kids that are moving on in life. So this, to me, is one of the most important bylaw changes that our membership made yesterday. So kudos to them.
And our coaches have a big influence, as we know, on our kids. As a mom of an athlete, I certainly know that. Thank you so much for coming in. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
good to see you this morning.
I'd love to talk about high school activities.
We'll be right back.